All right. Yeah, all right. I don't know what the fuck that was, but hope everyone's having a pretty good day today. Just wanted to tell another college story because apparently the only interesting shit that ever happens in my life takes place in my shit college classes that I take. So here's a good one. Here's a good one, right? I show up to this one class that I'm taking, and it's every what is it? It's every Tuesday morning. It's a music class, sound design. You know, you manipulate sounds. You make a nice compilation of fucking shit fist anal pudding sounds. At least that's what I did this week for homework. I just took a shit ton of sounds, the grossest I could find, compiled them together into one. Uh, to be completely honest with you, it sounded like a pudding party orgy, something Bill Cosby would attend, covered in lubricant. It was just a compilation of the grossest sounds. People mushing yams between their fingers, someone stepping on cups of pudding. That's why I keep saying pudding. There was actually pudding involved in the sounds. But yeah, this is just a normal sound class, right? So you think nothing out of the ordinary could happen in this class. No, that's where you're wrong. Okay, because at my school, there is no ordinary. Everything is fucking out of the ordinary. It's ridiculous. So, today, I get to class, right? And we're learning how to use this sound program. And as part of the tutorial, the teacher just, dragged in a few sample tracks into this sound suite. And he was playing this song, and this one kid was getting real into the fucking jam. He was head bobbing, he was jerking his neck back and forth, not his dick. You thought I was gonna say wiener, I bet you did. I almost did say it, but no, he was jerking his neck back and forth. Looked like this motherfucker was trying to give himself whiplash. He was so into the song. And then all of a sudden, he starts muttering something to himself. He's saying something. We're like, what is this kid saying? No one could really hear what he's saying. And then finally, the teacher plays the clip one more time. And the part where the kid kept saying something, the audio clip just cut to nothing. And the kid says, 8-bit granny, she's into video games. That's what he was singing to himself the entire time. He kept singing that. So he sung that out loud to the whole class. And everyone just looks around fucking shocked. They're like, holy shit, this kid's grandma is 8-bit and she likes video games? That's crazy. Like, I wish this kid's grandma was mine. So, that was just part one of my music class this week. It started off fucking phenomenally with that one. I'm forgetting how to speak the English language right now. I apologize for that, guys. But moving forward, I was like, okay, it can't get much more weird than this. But once again, I was proven wrong. I fucking sit down in my good old chair. This actually happened before the other thing that I just said. But regardless, I sit down in my good old chair. I turn around, I look at my computer screen, and sure enough, there's a fucking giant wad of bloody boog action on my screen, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the grossest thing I've ever saw. It's like a urinal from 3rd grade, elementary school urinal where there's just boogers surrounding it. It's like someone did fucking macaroni art, but instead of using macaroni, they used a urinal and surrounded it with their own snot. Fucking disgusting. But yeah, there's a giant bloody booger just pasted on my computer monitor on the right side, up a little bit from the center. And I was like, hey, excuse me, professor, there's some fucking bloody ass boogs on my screen. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll get you a napkin. And I was like, honestly, just don't. I'm just gonna pretend it didn't happen. And sure enough, lo and behold, fucking 5 minutes later, and we're sharing our projects with the class. And that same kid who's got an 8-bit grandma, still jealous of him to this fucking day, this minute in time, still thinking about his 8-bit granny and how I wish I had a grandma into video games. And he's like, wait, I don't have my project. And he thinks he left it on my computer. So he pushes me aside, gets on his computer, and you know where his project was? It's on my desktop, in a folder. And you know where that folder was? Directly underneath the booger that was plastered on my screen like a fucking dead bug that got hit by a car on the windshield. So this kid marked his territory. This is just my theory, of course, but chances are it's probably the truth. So this kid marked his territory. He did his project, put a virtual folder on the desktop with his project in it, and then he's like, just to make sure everyone knows that this is mine, I'm gonna cover it in my goddamn DNA. And just pick the biggest bug out of my left nostril that I could find and smear that bitch all over the nice HD LCD panel iMac 2014 edition, because my school's cheap as fuck and can't afford anything newer than 2014. Our dining hall hasn't been upgraded in fucking 38 years, for Christ's sake. They serve grade D but edible food. I guess at this point I'm just kind of ranting about my school, but that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is that, you know, there was boogers on my screen and I did fucking jack shit about it. I just dealt with it, enjoyed it, acknowledged it, and accepted it. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with this story. Trying to keep trying to keep these stories a little bit quicker. So, yeah, moral of the story. I don't fucking know. Alright, have a good one, guys. Peace.